Hi, so this is my portion on the Trump versus women's rights PowerPoint. So, my portion is about abortion and birth control and the way it intersects with Trump and how he has negatively affected those aspects of healthcare for women. So, on October 6th of last year, 2017, the Trump administration put into place a new rule basically outlawing the previous rule from Obamacare that legally made it legal, a legal right that that colleges, universities, and jobs and workplaces have to legally cover birth control in their health plans, because in the states, like, they have different health insurance. So on October 6th, Trump threw that out. He's like, nope, not going to do that anymore. The reason for this is because he thought that having, like, women, young women and teenagers having access to birth control made them more promiscuous, and he thought that it would make them more promiscuous and get them into more risky sexual behavior. But that's not exactly right. Birth control is one of the most important medications that women can take. There's not only does it prevent unwanted pregnancies, it also prevents abortions, which can be traumatic to a woman mentally and emotionally, and there has been shown to sometimes be complications with abortions, but that's very, very rare. Not only is birth control helpful in the pregnancy side of things, I personally take it because I have, like, some people have really bad periods, they have really heavy periods, they have really bad cramps, and it lessens those symptoms. It's actually been shown to decrease your likelihood of anemia because you're not bleeding as much during your period, and so you're not losing as many blood cells. So in the past, when birth control was legally covered by Obamacare, they saw a decrease in abortions and also, as well as a decrease in unplanned pregnancies, because most people don't have abortions unless there's an unplanned pregnancy. So 9 in 10 American women do use birth control on a daily basis. It's one of the most popular drugs, healthcare drugs, and, like, birth control is healthcare. There are many people who believe that birth control is just for people who are sluts or have lots of sex, and that's not right, because there are people who use birth control for things such as endometriosis, which is an ovarian condition, or people who have really heavy periods and need it, or there are people who have had chemotherapy and they don't produce enough estrogen anymore, and because birth control has a very high level of estrogen, they're prescribed it in order to keep their estrogen levels up. Or there are people who have genetic conditions that also don't produce enough estrogen, and they're prescribed birth control to help with that. Birth control is also used for people with polycystic ovarian syndrome, as well as there are many people who have really bad acne, and birth control has been shown to positively affect how much acne they do have. Yeah. So, as of right now, when that rule went into place in October, it went in automatically. As of for the month of October, women were still given their free birth control if that's what they did, if they took birth control, but afterwards they'd be required to pay for birth control if their employer no longer decided to cover it. So the reason why a lot of employers may not cover it is because it's now not illegal. Like, it's legal for a employer or a university or whoever your health plan is under, to say, hey, like, we're Catholic and we believe that you shouldn't be using birth control because that's our Christian thing, that's a Christian belief. So they can just say, hey, we're Christian and we don't believe in birth control, so we're not going to give it to you. And that's not right. That shouldn't be legal. It's insane that anyone thinks that because they run a country, they can just control a woman's body and how she's able to safely reproduce and live her life. And yeah, thanks.